Hello guys, Davis here, a team member of Southern Classic Media. So in today's lesson, we have a 209 mathematics question. That is question 3 of the final exams that were written in 209. So I'm going to try and help you on how to solve this quadratic equation. So the first thing that I'll ask from you is to like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so let's start our lesson today. Hello guys, once again Davis here, a team member of Southern Classic Media, and I will be taking you through into our lesson for today. So what you're seeing there is a question paper picked from a 209 grade 12 past paper examinations, final examinations set by the Examination Council of Zambia. All right, and that's our question 3A. I think we'll look at question 3A today. Then later on, we will look at maybe B and C. But I will want to focus much on those questions that really bring about problems during final examinations. So these papers, when they are set, there are certain questions where you realize they may look to be a little bit simple to solve, but they don't usually have those marks. But I want to tell you, say, mathematics is not as complicated as many people think it is. Mathematics is something very simple. For as long as you know the concept, you understand the formulas, and it's very easy. So I hope today I try and answer most of the questions that people have concerning mathematics. But today, like I mentioned, we'll look at this quadratic equation, so that maybe we try and solve it together, and more will keep coming right on the page. But I emphasize that you like our page, Southern Classic Media, and also go on YouTube and like our page. So question 3A says, solve the equation. So that solve the equation x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. Then we're told giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. That is 5 marks. Now that 5 marks is not just there for nothing. There is a catch. So I expect you guys to pay attention. Please, I'll try and do this slowly, repeatedly. Please pay attention on how this is dealt with. We'll continue with more quadratic equations so that you're able to understand and get the concept. So for those that will be sitting for GCE examinations and final examinations this year, please take advantage of this. So look for a 209 examination paper. So let's go straight to our lesson for today. All right. So let me just quickly write the question down as it is given. So we have x squared plus x minus -1 equals 0. So allow me to just underline it so that it doesn't get mixed up with the solution down. So the first thing that you might need to know about quadratic equations is to first study and master the formula. So let me just quickly write down the formula. So the formula to solve this is a negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so guys, that is the formula that is supposed to be used to solve this problem that we have. But in such a case, we're only seeing, let's say, letters, which is x squared plus x. Then, of course, we have a number, -1, sorry about that, -1 equals 0. So in such a case, one thing you need to know is, when you see this, that simply means this letter represents a number, and that number is 1. The same thing with this x here. It also represents 1. At times, not the other examiners might choose to put any letter. It can be Z here. There is nothing complicated. The concept remains the same. So, like I mentioned, this equation is properly placed. So what we will just go straight to letter up this. We'll get this one, the squared is x squared as our A, and this is going to be our B, and this is going to be our C. Always consider the signs before the number or the letter. In such a case, if we had a negative here, this would have been read as -x squared. Now check what is happening here. There is a positive sign, there's a plus, which simply means this also represents this x that follows. The very same thing that this minus represents this number that is next to it. So this reads as -1. So you might also need to consider that when you're picking your numbers from the equation. Okay. So let's substitute what is here into the formula. Okay. So substituting the information that we have in the formula with the information that we've just arranged right from the question, the next stage that we need to consider. So from the formula, we're looking for B, and this is our B is +1. So what will happen is we're going to have -1 plus minus square root. So remember, our B is 1, +1. So let's write it here, +1. Let me just put it in brackets. Squared minus 4. What is our A? Our A is x squared, meaning this is 1. The x represents 1. So our 1 will be in brackets, which symbolizes multiplication. What is our C? Our C in this question is a -1. So we'll place our -1 right there, over 2, and of course our A is +1. Okay, let me just scroll down a bit. Now, this should be the last thing that we are going to be dealing with, but this will continue following down while we deal with what is in the square root. Okay, so -1 plus minus square root of. So let's start with dealing with this. 1 to the power 2, it simply means 1 times 1, which also just gives you 1. You might choose to multiply this, and remember, this is paper 2. Paper 2, you're allowed to use calculators. All right, so -4 times 1 times -1. This gives you a +4. Remember, negative times negative, your answer is always positive. And definitely 2 times 1, which gives you 2. Yes. Then what is inside here? 1 plus 4, which gives you 5. 1 plus 4 gives you 5. And finding the square root of 5, just by using your calculator, you can find the square root of 5. And that should give you, okay, let me just copy down this, which is a negative minus plus, okay. So the square root of 5, remember 1 plus 4, we're looking for you find a number which will give you, let's say that's 5, then the square root of 5, which must give you 2.2360977. Do not round off this number. Many students end up making mistakes by they attempt to round off this number just at this stage. It's too early to round off this number. If you do round off this number, at times you may not be lucky, it may give you a whole total different answer. And this is 5 marks. So these are questions that give you a lot of marks during exams. All right, there's a catch behind it. And remember, our question says round it after, you must round it off to 2 decimal places. All right. Then at this stage, the over 2 follows there. So it is important that you don't get tempted to start dividing this before you get rid of what is on top. All right. So let's go down a bit. Negative minus. Now this is where the plus or minus sign begins to work. So the first stage is I'll pick my plus and write down this whole number. So 3, 6, 0, 6, 7, 9, 7, 7 over 2. Then or scroll down a bit. Okay, we still have more space. Or negative minus 2.2, sorry, that's a 2, 3, 6, 0, 6, 7, 9, 7 over 2. Now we seem to have 2 equations here. This comes from this sign here, the 2 signs, negative, minus. All right. So quadratic equations, you should always know that whenever you're solving a quadratic equation, x, in most cases, you need to present 2 answers. Okay, 2 answers. So by dealing with the first one, where there's a positive, dealing with this, negative 1 plus 2.236067977, your answer is supposed to give you 1.36. So you notice a repetition of this again. 6, 7, 9, 7, 7 over 2. You do the same thing on the other side. This must give you, okay, let me just say x equals, same thing here again, x equals, so I'm dealing with this negative 1 minus 2.2 36067977. Your answer is going to be negative 3.236. Sorry about that. Let me write it properly. 607 over 2. Okay, by dividing this, x on the positive side, this is going to be 0.61803. That's 3, another 3, 988. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. X equals negative 1.6 1.8033989. Then remember, if we were not told to round off to 2 decimal places, this would have been acceptable. Okay, it's okay to leave your answer in this state. But we are told from the question to round off our answer to 2 decimal places. So meaning x for our final answers will be 0.6. This is 8. This is more than 5. So this is going to be 2. Okay, so you can leave it there as your final answer. The same thing with this one here, negative 1.6. there is a 1 there, so rounding it off will give it a 2 there. And those are our 2 answers for the equation x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. So that's how you solve this quadratic equation. So I hope, guys, I've helped out a number of you guys that have been having challenges with the quadratic equations. This is a question that was picked from a 209 examination paper set by the ECZ, Examination Council of Zambia. So thank you, guys, and that is what we had for you today on the weekly mathematics. So like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this will continue, and we will be bringing more of this every week. Okay, thank you so much.